Okay, everybody. This is a new segment, and it is called What Really Happened. So we are going to go in depth into some scenarios that, you might think something happened when it really didn't, or you're not sure what happened. So this first episode is going to be entitled Gold War One. So basically, this channel was started after World War One. So there's quite a few things that we can cover in this episode. Might be a part 1, part 2. I think it'll just be one episode, though. So, here it is. There's some sketchy things. How did World War One truly start? Who truly started it? It's been debated because, it's changed the course of a lot. And, a lot of people say it's me. A lot of people say it's Israel. However, it is neither. Technically, Aden was the one who declared war first. Now, does that mean he was the one who actually initiated the war? Not really, because I was the one who actually created the placement of the gold to make it look like Aden did it. And then, I blamed him for doing it and sued him and all that. So I kind of started the tension between us. So it's a mixture, is basically what we decided on that one. But I'd say more me because, I had the gold and I kind of started the tension. Without the tension, we would have never really had the Gold Wars. So, in the Gold Wars, though. So, what really happened? We're going to skip through the middle. We might go back there at the end of the episode, but we're going to go to the end because that is the crazy part, the mind-boggling, insanely crazy part. And to do that, we need to take a look at the Secrets of the Gold Wars Volume 1. Okay, so I had to grab this, but this is actually the original Secrets of the Gold Wars. So we're going to jump right in here, and we are going to go Chapter 7, I believe. It could be Chapter 6, but I'm pretty sure it's Chapter 7. Let me just see what the title of Chapter 6 is. Goodbye War. Actually, it might be Chapter 6. Okay, so what we're looking... Yes, it is. So, what really happened is the end of World War One, where Aden had possession of the gold and Chet was on his team. And somehow, the gold... Within that Sunday, I had already sued him. He had lost. The Gold War should have been over. Israel ended up convincing me that we needed to postpone the war. Till the end of that Sunday, I said, fine, whatever. And so what ended up happening was we postponed the war, and then somehow, as I'm walking back to my seat, Natalie says to me, we have the gold. So how did that all happen? Now, in order to truly find the facts here, I had to talk to a lot of people because everybody was doing something different. I had no idea. So technically, I can't tell you exactly what happened. I didn't witness it, but this is what other people witnessed. So, what happened was that, like I said right here, I'm still not exactly sure how this happened. But for some reason, Aden moved the gold. Now, we now know, I do know now why this happened. Aden thought we knew where it was, and so he was moving it. That's happened multiple times. People think you know where it is. They get a little bit uneasy, a little anxious, and then they move it. So he moved it, and then he told Max where it was. This part is fuzzy. This is not fact at all. Aden denies that he told Max where it was, and Max says Aden did tell him where it was. Max, Aden, which one's right? We have been able to clarify pretty much that Aden did not tell Max, but what Aden saw, or what Max saw, was that Aden hid it behind a curtain, and Max took it from there. But that is not the crazy part. Max was not on my team. If you remember back to the early part of World War One, I was mad at Max because he actually sold me out and gave the gold to the other team. So, why did Max end up giving us the gold? So what ended up happening was Max took the gold and was running upstairs through the peace room. Avery happened to be up there. Now, Avery, of course, was on my team. And I don't know the exact exchange, but Avery was like, "Oh, great, you found the gold." She was energetic, and she basically made it seem like a great thing that he found the gold. And he was like, "Yes, I did." And they ended up working on a deal, the deal of Gold War One. That was the main thing. They ended up working on a deal that if Max gave Avery the gold, that Max would be on my team because he really wanted to be on my team. Earlier, I had told Max if he proved himself to me, he could be on my team. That's obviously proving himself. So he ended up being on my team. So that is what we know. It's a little bit fuzzy. People say some different things. It's not all fact. But it is insanely crazy. That all happened in the course of about 10, 20 minutes. That Sunday was insane. You have no idea how crazy it was. Before that even happened, we had a 10-minute countdown. Aiden had to bring out the gold. Otherwise, the war was over. He went and talked to Chet. Chet said, "No, you don't." And so Aiden ended up not doing it, which therefore the war should have been over, like I said. But so that is what actually happened according to my sources that I've been able to see. So, yeah, Gold War One is crazy, as you can probably tell. So, other stuff, what really happened in Gold War One. There's some other sketchy things. For instance, trials. What really happened here? Should I have won? Should I not have won? Did I bribe? I never bribed a judge. Just to get that out of the way for any of these future episodes in this series, what really happened? I didn't bribe anybody. I'll just let you know that. So, if you look here, it talks about vandalism and theft. And that was a little bit of a sketchy trial. The vandalism was for destroying a Nerf bullet, and theft was for stealing a Nerf gun. But at the time, there wasn't any real laws at all. That's why Gold War One was so crazy. So it was all up to interpretation of the judge. I, being a good lawyer, and Israel does not really, I convinced the judge pretty easily that, yeah, vandalizing anything is still vandalism. And, I mean, it's true, but you shouldn't be able to sue for it, which we later, in Gold War II rules, clarify a little bit. But really, now, in Gold War games are really clarifying, it's got to be something that's substantial. It can't be something like a Nerf bullet, because that's just, it's too tiny. You can accidentally shoot it through a gun and it'll jam. You could hold it in your hand and the thing gets crumpled or something, and then you could call it vandalism. So, trial sketchy, but at the time, I think it was an okay trial. I really do, because there wasn't rules, so it was just too crazy. So, what really happened with Israel and Aiden? Did I actually know that they were a thing or not? I didn't. So at the time, at that Sunday, that crazy Sunday that we were talking about, I didn't know that they had been working together. I don't know why Aiden told me, but he told me he was working with an adult. And so that narrowed it down a lot. And I was pretty sure it was Chet, because I looked up on the worship team and there wasn't really anybody there that would do it except Chet. So I'm like, okay, Chet's probably working with him. So then, of course, my immediate reaction is to ask Israel, because he's on my team. Israel said he hasn't seen anything about it, heard anything about it. But, it really clarified it when, after church, Aiden went up onto the stage and talked to Chet. So that's when we knew. So that's really what happened. We didn't know, although we made it seem like we knew, to get Aiden antsy. And when Aiden got antsy, he then went and talked to Chet, which then, we could really say, oh, yep, it's him. We didn't really know it was him. We just kind of guessed, and then we made it, put some evidence behind it, and, Aiden ran to Chet for some help, and at that point we knew. So a lot of times, you just got to go on a whim. You just got to, whatever you think, you got to kind of stick with it and back it up, and then if it's right, it usually benefits you. So yeah, that was Gold War One. That's what actually happened. But stay tuned to the next video, because that is where things get a little bit more crazy of what actually happened. And stay tuned. I'm not sure how many episodes in it'll be, but there's a big shocker that I never actually said on this channel, and I don't know why. But, yeah. Something big about Secrets of the Gold Wars, about Gold War II continued, that you're going to want to know. So stay tuned for the next couple of videos. I think this series is going to be really cool. And thank you guys for watching.